Well, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas unless you're on the AfterBuzz show for what happens at the Abbey, because nothing's staying private here, everybody.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, Brittany. She's here.
It's like a perfect song for you guys.
Brittany's here, and Cory and Marr are here, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Hey. Okay, everybody. This is gonna be a show today because this was definitely a big episode, and we have two of the people starting the show. Let's get to it. Hey, everybody! Thanks for being here. This is the AfterBuzz After Show for What Happens at the Abbey on E. My name is Matt Marr. You can find me on all social medias at the Matt Marr, and I have two lovely co-hosts today.
Hi,
Sarah.
guys. I'm Sarah Serio, and you can follow me on Twitter at Sarah Serio or on Instagram and Snapchat at @Serio.
Awesome. And hey, AfterBuzzers, this is Guinwa Zeineddine. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm probably most active on there at Guinwa Z, which is GUINWAZ.
And the men of the hour, Cory and Marr.
I'm so excited.
So tell everybody where they can find y'all on the social media.
Right
not your house. Don't give me not your address. Not your address.
Not your
We're going to
address.
find people like lining up right now.
I know.
Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook's all CoryZ07.
And it's no E, right? It's
No E,
CORY,
yeah, just
right?
CORY.
Okay, Murray.
And I'm on Instagram as Murray Swanby LA, and Twitter and Facebook as Murray Swanby.
There we go. I love that name, Murray. By the way, where does that come? You don't hear that a lot. Where'd you
From
get
the
that?
40s.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's
I
like
actually got it from my grandfather.
I love it. See, I'm glad I asked it.
That's
Thank you all
sweet.
for being here.
I know. Thank you guys so
Thanks
much
for
for
having us.
coming.
Okay, so let's just jump right into this and just kind of we'll go through the episode. The first thing that we start off with is Ashley is having a little party at her place, a little pool party, and the first thing I noticed that I feel like all throughout the show, Marissa and Kyle have been affectionate and stuff like that, but I mean literally they could not keep their tongues out of their mouth this episode.
That's true.
Which is
Right.
so funny to me because I feel like Marissa would never want to kiss Kyle before, and it just did this magically happen one day?
I
Like
think
when you guys
happened.
Yeah, I think so
She
too.
seemed a little
Yeah.
tipsy.
She's definitely stepped outside her comfort zone. I mean, I've seen her in certain situations where I'm like, is this the same person like from episode
I
one?
know.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's because she's developing feelings for Kyle or it's because she's kind of more comfortable now working at the Abbey and
I think a little bit of both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I think she's kind of getting into her own thing. She was just
Reserved
just
at
here
first.
from New York, super reserved, and now she's getting into her comfort zone to where she's I can be a little bit more myself. And
And plus, she still had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Do you,
That's true.
well, having you two here, do you feel is there any part of Marissa and Kyle's relationship do you think that we haven't seen yet on the show that you noticed in real life? Oh, Murray, don't play poker. Don't
hold
play
back.
poker.
okay, so
This
I don't
is
know. I know
exciting.
Marissa separately from Kyle. I know Kyle separately from Marissa. So
Okay.
when they would come talk to me about the relationship, they would tell me different things, and I would get different things. You know what I mean? Kyle's saying he's super excited about everything going forward with Marissa, and Marissa's I don't know what. For a long time, she was I don't know if I'm really into this, la 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 la, and then all of a sudden, and you can kind of see this episode, she kind of just jumps into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I'm well, finally, because Kyle's been waiting and he's giving you all this attention, and
because it was a
she
switch.
so she finally get into it, and yeah, I think it's cute.
She did claim him as a
I also
boyfriend.
think she's so wishy-washy, which also what she said, I have a boyfriend, is a very on and off again boyfriend. But I kind of feel like she's doing the same thing.
And Kyle said that, yeah.
Yeah.
Am I being the on and off again boyfriend?
Does she have commitment issues?
I feel
Could be,
maybe.
But I feel like
I
she
don't-
was in a long. Well, I guess that's how you
She
would
was
get
in-
a
Marissa, we need you here
commitment
again. I have a lot of questions for
Yeah,
you right now.
because-
Because it's she's a whole different person
Yeah.
from when
She
we
was
were
tweeting
with
me
her.
right now,
I know.
fuck yeah.
Yeah. She
We
was with
still love you though.
Yeah, she was with Laptop Johnny though. Wasn't that his
Laptop
name?
Johnny.
For
Laptop-
Laptop
That's
Johnny.
Yeah,
I call
that's what
him. I
he
call
called him,
him.
and it's so funny.
For 8 years.
I know.
So
I also-
I don't think she would be flip floppy, but it definitely seems like.
If 8 years and you're still we're on and off again.
Well, that's true.
Something.
Mm.
Something.
To commit or get
Yeah.
off the pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
long have you guys been dating?
2 years. On and off.
On and off. Now, are you?
Yeah,
Are you?
he's a Marissa.
Okay. Oh, are you?
Oh,
Are you
okay.
back?
Like, girl.
Are you on right now, or are you off, or can you say?
We're good.
Oh.
Notice,
Are we
audience,
though?
we
Are
have.
we though?
Oh.
I have a drink of water, but I didn't give them anything for the show. I was like, we're not giving them any
We're
drinks for
not-
the
we don't
show.
have
Okay,
any
something
alcohol.
happens.
Nothing that
I
can
have
be
to
thrown
Give
on
me
me,
a drink.
please.
I'll throw it.
How many times has he thrown something on you?
Like, it's probably been 15 times for sure.
So what?
15 times for sure.
He threw
Corey,
a beer
I would
bottle at my
totally
head
be you in a
at Mickey's
relationship.
bar, at
Like-
Mickey's bar in West
Oh,
Hollywood.
Mickey's.
Shout out.
Like, shout out! Beer bottle at my head.
It didn't hit your head. I
Yeah,
missed
it hit me right in the
You're like,
temple.
it hit the person behind you in the head. It didn't hit you in the head.
Last time I was at Mickey's, I took home a dancer. He was into fat gingers. I don't know why, but it happened. You know, I was just good for me, living my truth. So,
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
So, also, too, at this party, Billy, aka Hercules. Hercules.
Oh, for sure.
He actually looks like Hercules, like the cartoon. I always say that. Which Hercules is really hot. I mean that as a good thing. But
Totally.
Billy and Ashley, again, she's like sitting on his lap. So, I mean, again, they don't really. They say that they're dating.
She's
I
getting
felt
more
that a
into
lot.
it. She's
What?
getting more
Palm
into it lately
Springs, I pushed
too.
them together in Palm Springs.
You did?
You did.
Yeah,
for
You
sure.
did. And I actually really like this couple.
Yeah,
'cause I was like,
you were saying that you ship them.
You ship them.
You ship them.
Oh. Well,
Ashley and Billy.
Yeah.
and I think
I called it in predictions like 2 weeks ago. They're gonna end up together.
you did.
And I think
You
I
did.
They're
think
so pretty. Both
Yeah.
of
they're
them.
both
They
very.
are.
They're just
They're
so gorgeous.
I
Yeah.
think Ashley's definitely very good looking. I love her style. I love her big hair.
I love her hair, too.
You know,
I do
and I
too.
wasn't on the Ashley train on the beginning of the show.
I
don't
wasn't
believe.
either, if you
And
could-
then.
I'm not saying that I
And then
vibe with her
Chelsea
personality.
like
no.
showed her crazy, and I'm like, okay, Ashley, I actually think you're more normal. Although I just still think it's funny that she's like
you know
she's
what's
like
interesting
this
about
girl.
Ashley? Even though there's a lot of like mixed feelings about her on the show, people like her and people don't like her at all. But I feel like she would be a good girlfriend. Like I feel like if she dates Billy, she's gonna be this loyal girl that's all about
totally.
him.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
she
Right?
doesn't seem
I
to
got
be
that
that.
vibe
Yeah,
from
for sure
her.
that. Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
been like our biggest supporter. Like
Really?
always,
Yeah.
whenever we have
Mm-hmm.
a breakup, Ashley's always
pushes
the
us
first
together.
one.
She's like, oh, you guys, go
Every
talk.
time, and it's so fucking cute.
And
That
then,
would be
but
me
we're
too.
both so
Can
stubborn.
I swear on this?
Yeah, you
Sorry.
can. You
It's
can.
all right. I think you can. I
It's
don't
late
know.
at night. No
I
one's
mean,
watching
Chelsea
now.
did last episode like so
Yeah,
much.
She
so
did. Chelsea was. She did a lot.
I don't think they cut anything out last episode.
By the way,
Yeah, we were
Chelsea's
talking
face
about a
was
lot of
beat to the
sexual
god.
things.
She looked
But hold
great.
Oh,
on.
her face is like.
She was beat. Yes,
for
she
sure.
looked
She's
good.
gorgeous.
Good.
Hold on. From what I recall, Ashley and Kyle kind of had a little bit of a beef situation going on because he kind of like caused the drama with Chelsea, right? And Ashley.
Yes.
Okay, but Kyle ended up going to Ashley's home in this episode. So like, did they squish the beef?
Well, remember
Did
they made out too.
We're talking about Ashley
Oh wait,
and
no,
Kyle.
Ashley. Sorry.
Ashley and
I
Kyle
always
made
get-
out. What?
Yeah.
Ashley
remember.
Kyle made out.
Remember?
Ashley and Kyle.
Yeah.
Because
They had a little fling
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
minute.
Earlier on.
But yeah, but that was like a long time
No,
ago.
but in the
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
of this episode, Marissa brings that up to Kyle.
You know what? I was just testing the viewers to see who's paying attention
You know,
right now.
Marissa
Let's
got,
move on.
Marissa got pissed off in the beginning of this
You're
episode.
right. You're right.
But
You're right.
that was great because Kyle, like you said, just called her out and was like, well, it kind of reminds me of like, I'm dating myself, but please tell me you watch Friends. Because I feel like it's like he was saying we were on a break. Because that's what Marissa kind of does, like the Ross and Rachel thing. Like they're on a break, they're not on a break with Johnny.
Him,
We don't
like
know.
Cory every day of his life.
Yeah.
And I feel like guys like the chase, but to a degree. No? Is that true? Is
I
it
don't know.
different?
Chasing him.
I think
Well, he
Kyle's
came
getting.
to
I
you
think.
this
I
episode,
think
so-
Kyle's getting sick of the chase of Marissa.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So I feel like you have to like
He
for
called-
a
I
little
think as
bit,
soon as
it's
he
good.
ignores her, Marissa's gonna go back.
He calls her out a little bit this
Yeah.
episode. He's
Yeah.
like, you know what? He's like, you're really wishy-washy. He's like, you need to like.
Get it together.
And she
Good.
kind of
Yeah.
like got
Yeah.
quiet and didn't know really what to say
She
back
was
to
like,
him. She was like,
and Kyle's not, and I mean this in a good thing. Kyle's not like a 22-year-old guy who's just like totally in it for the chase.
like 34.
He's like ready.
Yes,
He's
he's
ready.
like ready to be #adulting.
Finally.
Coming from two gay men, though, I have to ask: is Kyle straight or is he
A lot of people think he's gay.
bi? No, I would
Or
think
bi.
maybe bi.
He's never tried anything with me. So.
Yeah.
I think he's straight.
And that, yeah.
And Cory throws himself at everybody. So.
Oh, really?
Wait, I thought that was you.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Thank you.
On
Thank you.
the show, yes. In real
Oh, no,
life.
in real life,
In real
so
life,
really.
this one.
So that's
Okay.
just your character, not the real you. Okay,
Yeah.
just want to get branding right. So
No, he's just
I
a
love
very,
it.
very attractive guy. And I think a lot of really attractive guys that work on their body kind of get that rap. of, you know, like, you work on your body so much, like, you look really good. Like, are you sure you're not gay? Like, no, I'm just like really pretty straight dude.
Yeah. He
Or,
does
like,
work
I
on his
just-
body a lot.
He works on his body.
He's going to be on the
He
show,
puts up
and I'm
with
going to
so many
ask him
girls.
if I can feel of his abs. I don't care. Kyle.
That's the
get
only
ready.
reason we want him on the show.
I just want to look at his abs. No, I do. I mean, I want to meet his dog, too.
that
Meet
dog.
his dog.
Oh,
That
it's
dog
so
is so
cute.
cute.
It is so cute.
I'm excited now.
So
That's another reason gives him away thinking he's gay. Is that dog?
Is that little
That
Pomeranian?
little Pomeranian.
that dog is like glitter in his hand.
It
It's
is.
so gay.
It is.
Yeah, it's
but
cute.
It's cute.
Oh, by the way, just totally gay ditty, but happy Pride, by the way, guys.
for
yeah,
sure.
for everybody
Happy
watching.
Pride, everybody.
Did you have a good?
It's Pride
did you-
Month.
Did
I
you
know,
work
and
Pride
I
last
didn't-
weekend, or were you?
I was
having
at
fun?
Pride LA, and he was
I was
in
in Key West.
Oh, so did you have fun, or were you working?
I was working the whole weekend.
Oh, I bet that was-
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like
Ugh.
on Monday, all I did was
It's
lay
not
on.
even fun when you work.
I wasn't even like
No.
I wasn't even partying,
No.
but Monday I just felt like I was dead. You know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, damn.
Yeah, it was a busy
Yeah.
Pride too. It was a busy Pride.
It was a really busy Pride. So
I've only
course
been
I
to
missed
Pride
it.
in New York City, and
Yeah, you're
that
right.
was
In Key West.
crazy. So
Yeah.
I haven't even attempted it here because, I mean, I want to.
this Pride was weird. They had
But
the whole resist march instead of
New
having
York
an
was-
actual parade.
It's good.
So it was
different.
it was a very different
Like vibe.
And
Vibe
there was
was very
construction.
And there was
I mean,
construction
I
everywhere.
saw it on like Thursday night because I was there at night, and I saw the lights lining up that street, and it looked so
was
pretty.
fun.
Yeah.
I
Super
marched with
cool.
my
Yeah.
summer camp, and so because I have a gay camp, that sounded weird. Sounded like I'm I have a gay camp and I'm gonna fix them. No, I started a summer camp, a nonprofit summer camp. It's a leadership camp for LGBTQ.
Oh, right on.
that's
It's called
awesome.
Brave Trails, campbravetrails.org. But anyway, we marched with the kids, and it was cool to see all the young kids, see everybody, not just queer people, but like there was a lot of straight people, and there was a group like West Hollywood has a large Russian population, so there was a group of like Russian people and straight people and families, and like RuPaul spoke. To see all those young kids see like all these different types of people, and there was a lot of people of color like coming to support LGBT
Yeah.
people, and there's huge trans flag and everything. They were so just like wow, and they felt really loved, and so it was cool to see Pride through a child's eyes, which I don't think most people would think of seeing Pride that way, you know. But it was cool. Anyway, that was my Pride story.
Pride through
that
a
made no
child's
sense.
eyes.
That made no sense. But
How beautiful.
so okay, we're gonna talk more about the show, but I do want to ask you both too. Like, so how I have a two-part question. One, how has being on this show changed you as a person individually? And part B, how has being on the show changed you as a couple?
Ooh, it's a good one.
Deep one.
Very deep.
I think the show, on the subject of us as a couple, it gives you like a third person perspective.
Yeah, you get to see what a slut you are.
But also the
Do you wanna
show,
buy my drink?
but also you have like you know, you are a certain character, so like
Mm-hmm.
it overemphasizes things that are like, that's not like when I'm like flirting with boys or whatever, when
Mm-hmm.
it looks like I'm flirting with boys, like these are my straight
Not
guy
straight,
friends.
was
Like
not straight.
I can be fun with them if I
Okay.
want to be, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't take any, like, I have no sexual attraction to them. So it's just there's no thought in my mind. Was he gets super offended by it still and throws tantrums and throws drinks.
So when you watched yourself now, did you watch yourself flirting and be like, "That's fine," or would you
Well,
watch
I'm like,
yourself being
well,
like,
I'm like,
"Ooh."
wow. Well, I
Tone
thought
it
I didn't
down.
know I was that flirty, but I was like, also those are my straight guy friends. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, so it's not as much like I would never be that flirty with a gay guy.
guy.
With being in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I'm the same way actually. And
Yeah,
I told
like-
my book, I'm not. I can be way more flirty with straight guys.
right?
But
And
with
I
gay
don't.
guys,
Yeah,
what's the
because you
point?
don't feel that weird. That I don't know. It's just like you don't feel that weird.
Just keep going.
No, I think it's like
He still gets just as offended either way. But I'm like, if I'm talking to a straight, one of my straight friends, like you should have no like thought in your head that I'm gonna like run off with them at the end of the night
'cause
because
they're
they're
straight.
just a straight dude. Like, so I can talk with them more openly than I would with a guy that I just like a gay guy that I just met. I wouldn't be that open with them and talk to them so close because.
It's-
I don't want
Out of
him to get like
respect for
mad.
Cory.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
of
I don't want
course.
him to get mad and crazy and like scream.
yeah.
So,
So-
Cory, you do get jealous when he flirts with straight guys?
That guy was not straight.
He was not straight.
Yes, he is.
The
Yes,
one who
he
was
is.
dancing. Oh wait, no, it was
Both of them. Both of the guys
Both
that they
of
showed me
them.
flirting with. The first episode and the
There was one that
second
was
or third episode.
real
the first
iffy.
one.
But they're
Yeah.
both my straight friends.
Like I was straight, but I think if I put on a blonde wig and gave him a BJ, like he probably would let me if I just shaved.
ya.
Just saying. Just saying. I do.
Ooh.
Maybe. But I'm with you though. Like where y'all from? Where'd y'all grow up?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, where'd you grow up?
Montana.
See, I also
I'm
feel
not.
like
I'm just from the East Coast,
I
and I
was
just
like-
love. I just
but
love
like
that.
like flirting with straight guys, there's something also kind of empowering, at least for me, because I wasn't.
Empowering.
But no,
You're
it
like,
is
"Let's
because like
go, guys."
when you're a younger kid and you're gay, sometimes you don't know how to talk to other straight guys for some guys, and so it's like
No, yeah, it
now
can
like
be-
you're on this other end of it that you can be yourself.
You can be totally open with them and just be like fun and whatever.
Yeah, so like it's like a
I'm that
very.
way.
So I get that. So
I get both sides. I'm gonna say both.
You know what I'm saying?
I get both.
So.
I'm pretty crazy and jealous, so.
So speaking of jealous,
A lot of
Cory,
times
let-
I
yeah.
was on your side, Cory. Let me tell you.
But let's talk about this, Cory. Like, did
No.
you
She's like burning the restaurant down as I'm like inside of it.
Yes. I mean, it was like you should just call yourself like Hulk. You're like Pretty Hulk.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So like
He just switches to
yeah, and all of a sudden you're wearing purple pants. Do you
With glitter.
when you watched yourself? Did you think, well,
Yeah.
maybe I need to calm it down a little bit?
I haven't thrown a drink since.
That's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
That's so
Improvements.
good.
Progress.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I know. I need to just tone it down.
That's
But crazy is fun. Like, imagine how boring your guys'
Well,
relationship
obviously he
would
likes
be
it.
if he wasn't that crazy.
Yeah.
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 Okay, let's get it straight. I do not like it.
You like you
okay.
can be crazy and then like you realize what you did and it's like
And then you
okay.
apologize and you guys just kind of
he
make
doesn't
up.
apologize. He doesn't.
Yes, I do.
He doesn't know what the word apology means.
Have you apologized for
Sorry.
throwing the drink?
We're on.
You have.
We're in couples
Yeah.
counseling right now.
Really?
I know.
Yeah,
No.
because you're on the couch.
You,
I know.
and us. You're the therapist. We're dealing with it.
Perfect. Let's dive on in more. We need some more details.
You know, it says. You know, I think I once.
You should be in couple.
I've talked about this a lot because I watch a lot of Oprah. But I remember once like Oprah said, or Kenny Rogers said about Dolly Parton. I love Dolly Parton, but said that like he feels like that one of our goals in life is to try to like marry like 3 parts of ourselves. And I wondered like for you, because you were kind of talking about this, if it really is kind of makes you think of this. Like there's kind of like the person we really are, the person we think we are around people, and then the person people actually see. And they said people like Dolly Parton, like they're exactly who they are, the same thing every time. And so like asking that, like, did you represent yourself on this show? Like Murray, were you the Murray you saw yourself as? And Cory, were you like, oh, that is exactly how I am?
No, that's me.
That's you, girl.
At least you
That's
take
good.
ownership. That's good.
Yeah.
I know.
And you think like that was you?
I don't feel like that. I feel like it portrays me as a much
The power
more
of editing is a big
extreme
thing.
version of me. I am very fun. I'm very flirtatious. I'm like whatever. But that actually is my personality. But
Mm-hmm.
I would never do it in a way that it would offend Cory, which is why when I say like I'm just talking to my straight friends, I can talk to my straight friends much more openly than I can with. I wouldn't be that close with one of my gay guy friends because Cory would freak out.
And I do
But
agree.
but I
yeah.
am flirty like that. You know what I mean? But
No, like I'll be honest. In
Yeah.
the show, there were some episodes where I'm like, "Wow, he's so mean." Like
Me?
I got that vibe. I'm like, poor Cory. But then like,
Okay, and this is exactly why the show's fucking shit up.
It's awful.
I really
This
did.
motherfucker, if you could only see, if I only had my iPhone running every day.
No,
my
but then
gosh.
like later on, I was like, oh my god, I love his character. Like I think I started to getting to know you a little bit better. Like
Yeah.
as the show went on, like when you stood up for Ashley, I thought that was like amazing.
We like that. We
That
like
was
that very
amazing.
much.
I'm like, I love that character.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
I was
should
not
be.
having that.
And then-
That's one thing that's kind of set me off. And I'm always rooting for the underdog. And if somebody's ever
That's
getting
amazing.
like,
I'm the same
if
way.
anybody is ever getting thrown under the bus or like attacked at some point where they can't handle themselves, I'm the first person to step in and
I
be like,
respect that.
you know,
That's good.
because a lot of people don't know how to stick up for themselves, and it's
Yeah.
like that's where I was when I was growing up when I was a little kid. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Amen.
And now I'm like, I will always step in for anybody that needs it. You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
Yeah, I love that.
That is amazing. Cory,
good.
please don't
See,
throw any more
and
drinks
Cory,
on him,
stop
please.
fucking-
And we didn't get that side. Well, we got that side of you in that one episode.
Well,
But now
and-
we know.
Now we know. So we are going to get. But I have one more question. Sorry, it's just so fascinating having it here because I have to say, like, I think why people have been obsessed with both of you is because you both have just been so dysfunctional on TV.
No, it's the best.
They're like,
though.
our relationship
But it's
isn't
good.
as crazy as Marie
Yeah,
and Cory.
yeah.
Like, look.
No,
You could be the Abby spinoff girl. That's all I'm saying. Like,
you
could
guys
just be,
could.
like,
But you complement each other so well, and I think that's
Like,
what's
look at
so
you guys
intriguing.
right now.
and
Like,
you think, and
I mean-
they've been kissing and stuff before the show
it's
started.
like-
I'm gonna call it. They've been smooching.
Yeah, and it's like
We had a
you
bathroom
can,
break.
Yeah. Is that why you were walking weird? No. Sorry. It's a different
No, that
show.
wasn't like. I had a cramp. I had a cramp.
This is definitely rated R.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I forgot where I was
I'm
going.
so
You
sorry,
were
I
getting
totally
all
interrupted
like,
you.
woo, in here.
So, okay, one more question, because I admit, like, 'cause I think I said this about y'all. This was after one big fight, and I think I said sometimes people that are good people aren't good together, and because we were
Yes.
talking about that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you two can be good together?
I think so. I'm still gonna try.
Aww. That was really sweet.
I know, that was really sweet.
Oh, you got teary. All right. We'll move on. We're going to talk about you more,
This
though.
is
because
literally
since-
couples therapy.
This
up
is-
in
It
here.
is.
That was such an intense
AfterBuzz
question,
couples
Matthew.
therapy.
I'm in two therapists.
I know.
I'm gay white Oprah-ing, and I'm going to try to bring it back.
Wow.
So, okay, let's talk about another couple, which, let's talk about Brandy and Chloe, because they had the conversation
Oh, yeah,
at the... And it was a dog park, but it really was like, I think it was somebody's big backyard in Glendale who's really obsessed with dogs.
Just one of Brandy's lesbian friends that has
yeah.
a big cat yard.
But and I want to talk about this because it's going to probably go into some of my predictions. But so Brandy's girlfriend Chloe said that she felt like, yeah, you know, when they started playing this kid thing with Lawrence, I guess Chloe wasn't in the picture as much, and now she is, and they're, you know, they want to have this kind of honeymoon period of getting to know Lawrence, because that is like, she's like, I don't know this guy that well. I know he's been your friend forever. And Brandy agreed to that. So, I mean, do you think, we think Lawrence is going to, she didn't tell him this episode, but how do we
No.
think he's going to take that? It's not ever, but it seems paused, right?
Poor Lawrence. See, this is the thing. I'm kind of stepping outside and like looking into the whole situation. It's a very interesting situation between the three of them. I kind of do understand Chloe, but I'm also team Brandon and Lawrence from day one. Like, I think they would be great parents. But the thing is, if I am, let's say, like, I'm dating a guy, and then for some reason me and this guy can't have kids, and then he decides to go have a child with this other person, I don't know how I would take it. So I kind of understand where Chloe's coming in, because to me, it's awkward. Like, it's a very it's going to be a very interesting family unit. But it was something that they discussed before. Like, they had that conversation. Chloe knew it was going to happen. So why is she kind of switching everything up? And then for Brandy to actually agree to it, I was shocked, because Brandy has such a strong personality. And when she says something, I feel like she's the type of girl that will commit to whatever she says. So I'm not sure.
She just has a soft spot for Chloe.
Maybe that's what it is.
But I feel like her and Lawrence were like so ready. I think Lawrence is going to be heartbroken. I do think he'll understand, but I think he's going to need like a day or two.
And it's sad for me to say
Yeah,
I don't
think
think the
that too.
baby's going to happen between them. That was a prediction I
don't
said
think
as
so?
well. I don't think it's
I
going to
think
happen.
it still is.
You think?
I really
don't
wanted
think.
to, because I'm for that.
Well,
all of it.
I know. I have a very good friend. The exact same thing happened to him. He was going to have a baby with a lesbian, and then she was single at the time, and now she's married. And so they still did it, and now the baby has two mommies and then one daddy. So maybe that's why I see think it's going to work. I think it will work out because
Who wouldn't like Lawrence?
like Lawrence and Brandy are like they're.
Yin
They're
and yang.
opposite Cory Murray. They communicate really well.
Yeah, they do.
I'm teasing you. You're communicating better. I'm just kidding, Murray. Okay.
They're
No,
like a
we-
really good unit for a child.
They communicate really well, and I feel like how they communicate about this and handle this, if you can't work this out, then you
Right.
don't have no business having a child together.
Right.
Maybe Chloe, that just freaks Chloe out in a sense that she's like, oh.
Maybe. What were you going to say, Murray?
I was going to say Lawrence and Brandy knew going forward, at some point in this child's life, Brandy's going to marry a girl. Lawrence is going to marry a guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it's easy for you two when it's him and Brandy setting it all up. Like, they understand it. But as Chloe's point, I get Chloe's point, when you're going into it, you're ready for marriage, you're going into something and you want to set up your marriage. It's a huge life step for you.
Yeah.
And then for your partner to also be doing a baby with somebody else, it's like
That's a big
huge
step, too.
It's a huge step.
It's a huge step.
And so it's like, these
Yeah.
are two huge like life monuments that you're going through at the same time. And I get that Chloe wants to be there for her, and she's not really sure what. I don't know. Like, I understand where Chloe's coming from.
I understand all perspectives. It's
right,
one
right,
of those
right.
things.
Right.
There's
You
no wrong or
understand like
right.
what's going on in every
Yeah.
situation, and it's hopefully works itself out because everybody's fits very well together. And I think as a gay guy wanting to marry another man, like I would love to have a baby with, to have a baby with a lesbian couple, to have both sides of the spectrum coming in for that kid. If you're close enough to know that like our lives will be like cool all the way through, you're not gonna have these crazy fights. You're both gonna support your kid, forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna have that weird.
It takes much
there,
more
and there's
effort for
not
us to
that
have a
weird
kid.
divorce that like straight couples are gonna go through,
Yeah.
and your kid's gonna have these weird parents or whatever that don't like to see each other.
Yeah.
Like your parents are gonna have both these two moms, two dads
Yeah.
that support you, like wholeheartedly. So
Maybe Brandy and Chloe don't have a stable relationship right now. That's
right,
why
and
having
and I think that's also another thing is I think Brandy and Chloe have to get their shit together
Yeah.
before
they take the
going into that.
Because a baby
other
never
stuff.
fixes things.
A baby's not going to
People
fix
say
anything.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Guys, I have to say something, and this is like
What?
so off topic.
What?
But I've been wanting to say I am in love with your eyebrows.
Oh my
talking
god.
about-
Oh my gosh, no,
Your
I was
You just made his day.
I literally was staring at them
Me
too.
too.
Guinwa.
Like,
I was
do you
staring at
pluck
them and I
them,
was
or
like,
do you
oh
like-
my
we need to
god.
know your eyebrows,
Perfect.
both of you,
And
because you
they're
both
like
have good eyebrows.
even.
Are-
Like
are-
they're even. Like I like this eyebrow, and I hate this eyebrow of mine because they're so uneven. But yours are like.
Well, they're
every-
supposed to be sisters, not twins. So just
That's true, but yours are twins.
Are
Your
they?
brows are
They look
twins.
so good. The arch is
Do you do
amazing.
Sorry, Cory.
You just made his whole day.
I
my,
did.
my
Okay.
week. You made my
Do you
week.
do them yourself?
Yeah. So I used to have really bad eyebrows, and one of my friends that's a hairstylist was like, Murray, you're pretty, but you gotta fucking fix your eyebrows. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do. So he sat me down and he like shaped my eyebrows for me. And they looked great. And I was like, okay. He's like, but you need to keep these up by yourself always. So I do them like every 2 days to make sure that they're nice.
And you don't have like
So
a
I don't
laser
go,
or anything.
So,
Like
yeah,
they're
no.
thick like
so I
that.
don't go back and like redo them in places because I also, when I first moved to California, had somebody wax them once.
Oh my gosh,
Because
what
she's like,
happened?
oh my god, let me wax them. And like this one was like super thin, and this one was
Mm.
not. And I was like, nobody's ever touching my eyebrows again, so I do them
Yes.
myself.
What about you? You have good eyebrows too.
I don't do anything.
You don't do anything.
Oh
yourself?
wow.
Oh wow.
Hashtag blessed.
That's a good saying. Hashtag
I have
blessed.
one more question. Is that like do you dye them or is that natural?
Natural.
I love you and hate you at the same time.
That's amazing.
Mine have like weird blonde highlights in them, and I'm like, where the hell did that come from?
That's cute. That's unique.
It's not.
I mean,
It's not okay.
Not for me.
She got angry. Okay. We've only got like 13 minutes.
I
Boy,
know.
So we're gonna skip a little bit because basically they're doing a pop-up in Vegas. That's what everybody needs to know.
Yay,
We're going to
my
Vegas
hometown.
here.
We're going to
Okay,
Vegas.
but before we go to Vegas, someone comes up to somebody else who's working at a bar, working behind a bar,
Working at a bar.
and I love.
Who?
Yeah, I love that. So does he do that to you all the time? You're working in the middle of the bar, and he's like, "I'm sorry, let's talk."
No.
Yeah, because he can't get away from it.
I like how
That's true.
I like how
But
you
he
said
could
yeah
throw
and
a
you
drink
said
in your
no.
face. I mean, there's plenty of liquor there.
I know.
So you
Bottles
had this
could go.
talk, and you basically you both. I thought it was a beautiful talk.
It
'cause
was
you both.
so sweet.
The best thing out there, I think, for people to take from this, that if you're fighting with someone, one of the best things that you can do is admit your responsibility in causing the fight, and you both did that. You did, and so, but then you also said that you talked about that there would be. Because you brought up like Murray's drinking and how that bothered you a lot. And so you both said that there would be no drinking in Vegas.
Which is the hardest place to not
Which
drink
is
in.
literally, I was so
Almost-
hard.
That's like, let's go to the Bahamas and not
Yeah.
get in the ocean.
Yeah,
Or like a
yeah.
son.
Or like a sissy in a dick tree who can't touch one.
I mean, I
You know
live
what
in
I mean?
Vegas. I'm like, I don't drink, which
Yeah.
is like crazy
You
to
don't?
people. I don't. I live in Vegas and I don't drink, which is very like
It's
interesting.
probably
and,
good. You
And,
probably
and,
need to do
like,
that.
we-
Weird, yeah, like I've probably been on this trips. I can count on my fingers how many times I've been on this trip, and I've lived in Vegas for 9 years. So
Wow.
it's like I think it can happen. But did you guys really not
Did
drink
you not
in
drink
Vegas?
in Vegas?
We were just very, very well behaved on our
Yes.
drinking. We're like,
You like
You-
nursed
'cause
your
they-
drink.
okay,
well.
it's hard. It's hard to
Producers,
not
they
have
dropped the ball.
when
They
they're
didn't
when you're
show
with
us.
when you're with 10 people. It's hard to not have like a beer or be
And you
sipping
see
on
them
something.
having fun, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Actually, what's so funny is on this episode. So you can see everybody's like Lawrence and everybody's talking and everybody's like cheersing and high, like
Stop.
hey, and Cory is like the most pissed off
Just
person in the
bored.
background with his glass of water. He's like, it's so funny. And
everybody's joy.
now when you watch the episode, you're gonna see him in the background just pissed off
That's
at everybody.
amazing.
Oh, that's when Lawrence was calling out
Yeah.
Ashley and
No, Elizabeth and Kim.
and Kim. which we're gonna
calling
get to
them
in a
out for
minute.
the relationship.
Yeah, for the relationship.
And Cory's just in the background, just like,
So mad.
fuck everyone.
Okay.
So now, like,
so
but-
happy.
You should stop swearing. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I think I just made a dick tree joke. So,
You
I
did.
did.
I was a little confused.
I did. But I want to ask that just because I will hashtag truth talk. I want to know, like, you did talk about that, like, and just, I don't know, I think people can maybe learn from it. Do you think, though, because we've even talked about, like, they're both so great when they're not drinking, and then they start drinking. Like, do you feel like, have you been able to, like, help that, or do you think that's, like, been a problem still, or... I mean, and I bring that up too because for a lot of people watching the show that are LGBT, a lot of people struggle with that, and so I think they probably see themselves with you. Sorry, I'm getting deep. Sorry, if it's too personal, you can say.
Alcohol's always going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Just
I think when Cory drinks, his emotions get super heightened. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's much more up and down. Like, it's just
Corey,
how
you're
he is.
very emotional and shy,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
And when I drink, I'm like more of like let loose. Like I don't like.
I'm you.
I'm
And
I'm
yeah.
just like more fun and like more nonchalant. I'm just like everything's fun and like I go with the wind. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whereas when he drinks, he's more like everything's just more intense.
It's just
Yeah.
like
With you.
with. No, okay. So in past relationships, though, have you been that way too? Like where you?
No.
So it's just there's
Just
something
with
about
me.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
something about him. He
Crazy.
just triggers
He
you.
loves you.
He just triggered. All right, so we have like 9 minutes left. So let's just go to. There's some funny Chelsea and Billy stuff, which is your which you could talk about. But I feel like we're not going to be good recappers if we do not talk about the Kim and Elizabeth fight.
Yes.
My favorite
Were
part
you
of
guys-
the whole episode.
Were you guys cheering them on? Like, were you happy or you thought something was off from the
Or
beginning?
were you just like, this is
I'm
a...
just going to let it go.
By the way, you two
Go
are actually my
with it.
favorite part of this episode, and I'm not just saying that. No, it was nice to see you have a conversation. But yeah,
Yeah.
Kim and Elizabeth. Elizabeth, like, so they're in the pool. They're like dunking each other like you do in 5th grade, and then Kim gets really upset because Elizabeth dunks her head. I kind of thought that came out of nowhere because they were like wrestling in the water.
They're like playing.
It's not like
But
she
it's
was
like-
holding her under going, suck it, you know, or something like that, you know?
Hold your breath.
Yeah, hold your breath. So, I didn't get that. And so, but Kim, it like pinched on a nerve, right?
Maybe this just hit me like a wave.
Okay.
Maybe
I like that
Kim,
analogy.
maybe Kim like felt something like, ooh, sexually, like, ooh, this is foreplay, and it scared her. Thoughts on that, guys?
No.
I don't think it was
Alright.
that. I think it
No,
was
I don't
more
think that
of.
scare her because Kim seems
Yeah, what do you
like
think?
kind of a
So
freak
she
to me.
freaked out. She freaked
No,
out,
but
and then Elizabeth
she-
went away, and then Kim just starts kind of like emotionally vomiting to Lawrence
That it's just like
and
a
Brandy
friendship.
about how she's like, she uses this analogy. What is she said something like that? Like people are like at a yellow or green or yellow, and that Elizabeth is always
Always
like
in
a
the red.
She's
She's always in the red. Her emotions
red.
are always in the red.
Always in the red. And so, like, who do you
But
think
also,
was,
while Kim is like venting,
oh yeah,
like Elizabeth is just sitting there like 2 feet
Behind
behind her,
her.
just like
Yeah, just-
staring
I
at this.
know.
Like
it literally.
And
Fucking-
she
It was like a
would
scene out of-
scare
It's so funny.
It was a
out of
scene from
me.
like Feud or Baby Jane or something. It was really.
and yeah, and to be there in person when they were like screaming at each other.
So
in
where
the
were
hotel.
because it showed.
Was it
so were y'all
wild?
like
Were
in the
you
room?
guys still just sipping on your water?
Yeah, I just had my water, and I was like, I'm so glad it's not me this time.
And like Elizabeth keeps screaming at her,
Me
yeah,
too.
I'm the red, I'm the red. So like, what do you think about this whole just as I just want to hear your opinion as two gay people and two people because we've all had. Well, not me, but come on, you both are really pretty and you work at the Abbey. So I'm sure you've had like straight guys who either flirted with you or like try to pursue a relationship that you thought maybe were gay or questioning, and like you kind of like, do you go there or not? Like, do you think what is Kim and Elizabeth? Were they dating? Was Kim just playing with her? What was going on? Do you
At
think?
first, I thought that, but I feel like maybe Kim's just trying to explore a different part of her sexuality.
Yeah.
Kim's trying to find out her personality, I think, and Elizabeth obviously is a lesbian, so she's ready for it, and she just she's just ready to jump in 2 feet.
Yeah.
And Kim like
Buy a house.
isn't. She's like, I don't know what's going on. She's
Yeah.
like, I'm enjoying this. She's like, it's more than a friendship. It's not quite a relationship, and I don't think she knows what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, and we also talk to both of them, so we get more than you guys get. Like we've
Yes.
talked to them behind the scenes. We've
Yeah, that's
talked
right.
to
Give
them,
it now, give it now.
We talk to them just on an everyday basis. So I just think Kim's not ready for what
Right.
Elizabeth is ready for, and it's freaking Kim out a little bit.
Who do you think
Do you think-
overreacted in the fight?
And do you think
I
Kim
think
would
Kim looks
ever?
like the bitch in this situation.
But do you think Kim would ever be ready for Elizabeth? Ever?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't
just
think so, to be
Me
honest.
either.
I don't think
she's
Kathy
just
Griffin
going
is ready
along
for
with
Elizabeth. Like, she's intense. You know what I mean? She gets intense.
it. Elizabeth does. She goes like 100.
Yeah.
But you know what? I have to say this again. So, first episode, I was like, I don't know how I feel about Elizabeth. And then after I got to know her character, I'm like, I like her a lot because
Same.
this is what I like about Elizabeth. She's very passionate.
Yeah.
And when somebody's usually crazy, that means there's a lot of passion and they actually care a lot about certain things. That's why they come off as being super aggressive and crazy. Because I can be like that sometimes. I mean, I would throw things at guys if they piss me off, but like, you know, I'm within limits. I don't know if I'm like at Cory's limit yet. Maybe I'm in the middle.
But it comes from a
Don't
place
get
of
there.
like, that you
yeah.
care.
So I think Elizabeth comes from a genuine place, but I do not see her and Kim together at all. Like,
I don't see it working out either.
I just-
Honestly, I don't see it working
I
out.
mean,
Yeah.
when you first like have your first lesbian relationship, it should be like at a Lilith fair, like in a field. You know what I mean?
Lilith
like,
fair?
I don't know. It should just be soft. It should be just like calmer than this. It should
Yeah.
be. This is so
Softball
intense. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, you know, and yeah, and now this is like so intense already, and it's just
I just feel like for them
it's a lot.
have being like their best friends, I think
And this is probably gonna be done
Elizabeth
after that.
should have like maybe softened her whole, I don't know, being for Kim, because it's like Kim's first experience
need to, like,
with
you
her,
need to, like,
and she just
step it
needed
down a
to
notch.
like
yeah.
You need to,
respect
like,
that.
give her a little bit of a break.
Yeah, and just
Like, this is new to her. She needs to kind of maybe.
So I think that's where they're like Elizabeth wanted her to be like full on lesbian.
Right,
And
she
like
was just
Kim,
ready for the
that's not
relationship.
Yeah.
what Kim is or was or whatever. I don't know anymore.
I don't know
so
anymore
many
either.
couples in this.
So
there's so many
I'm
couples right
still
now.
for them and everything. So
I'm not.
I'm not for them. Sorry,
I
guys.
think they
I'm
both
so
need
sorry.
to go their own way.
All
They need to
right.
find
I
their
feel like
truth.
I'm gonna get attacked after this.
And they can troll me on Twitter. I don't care.
I know.
Troll me on
Don't
Twitter.
together.
I have nothing
Please.
against them.
Just follow me. I don't care what you say about me. Okay.
oh, just follow.
Kidding.
We
I'm
just want that
teasing.
follow. Thank
Hashtag
you.
teasing. So, one other thing before we get to predictions. I don't know if you're both just a fan of jewelry, but I noticed you both are wearing a ring on your left wedding finger.
Ooh.
Does
Are
that
we?
mean anything? Are they matching?
It just fits this finger.
Really?
Oh, okay. Oh, dang it. I thought maybe I like
Thought you
uncovered
got
like
something like a hidden gem.
hidden gem.
This was a birthday present.
Oh,
Was
yeah,
it?
I got him that for his birthday.
You got it for him for his
Yeah.
birthday?
And he got me this. For
Oh, that's so sweet. Is it like a promise ring or
Yeah,
just
are they promise rings?
not promise rings? No.
But you wear it on that finger. I see.
Would you ever get married?
Ooh.
Like to
We're
each
getting
other?
so like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, we're not.
Like,
Let's
no,
not get
it's
there.
someone else.
No, I'm
To
gonna
guide
dial
the
it down
bar.
for you
I'm
guys.
kidding, I'm just kidding.
Okay, then
What?
answer.
No, go ahead.
No. But I was just gonna say, would you guys is marriage something that you guys want in y'all's life? Like,
Is it something I want in my life? Absolutely.
okay,
Oh,
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
nodded his
You're
head
so-
like so.
you're so-
Corey, you're actually
Deer in
very
headlights, he's like,
shy.
You're
I
very
know you're
shy.
like
I
the
know, you're
cutest,
so-
cutest.
You're like a little
thing.
Bambi, so timid and just pretty.
I
And so
love it.
You are. Well, okay. I think we've got like 2 minutes. Whatever. We go over a minute. We're fine. But I think it's time for predictions, right?
Yes, let's do.
Which I don't know how much
predictions.
you'll be able to add
It's
to
like
this
the final
because you know what's
episode next
happening.
I
You
know.
what's
It's the
happening.
final.
Oh, you could totally throw us. I know.
It's like the Abbey in here, right?
All right, predictions. You want to go?
Sure. Sure. No predictions. I do think Lawrence and Brandy. I do think they're going to end up having a baby, and I don't think Kyle and Marissa are going to make it. I think that. I think this wishy-washy thing is going to throw Kyle off, actually, which is surprising because I think they've been wanting us to believe that, like, Marissa is the one who was going to be like, I don't know if I want this or not.
And then it's
I
gonna
think they're
end up
going to switch
being-
and Kyle's going to be like, she's pretty, but it's not what I want. That's my prediction.
What about you, Sarah?
All right. I hate predictions because I just have so much to say. So I'm gonna say, because you said next week's the last episode.
It is
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
season
Oh, God
one.
bless.
Finale.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't think Marissa and Kyle are going to work out. I think Kyle's going to be devastated, and Marissa's going to be okay.
Kyle will comfort you.
I think I
comfort
just
you.
have this feeling that now that Chloe is here in LA, something's going to go a little wonky with her and Brandy, and it's
Okay.
going to not be so raindrops and
I-
roses.
All right, Guinwa, what do you think?
All right, guys, ready for this? All right, I feel like I love predictions. It's like my favorite
I know.
part.
Speak it.
Okay, so here
We
it
got
is, you guys.
57 seconds. Hopefully, we can get like 2 more minutes.
I disagree with you, Matt.
Okay.
I actually disagree with like every prediction.
She
Call
disagrees
it.
with us all.
Call it.
I disagree with the predictions because I think that Brandy and Lawrence are not going to have a baby.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking about season 1 right now. I think there's definitely going to be a second season, but Brandy and Lawrence are not going to have a baby. Marissa and Kyle are going to still be on and off. There's still going to be something going on between them. And then Billy and Ashley are actually going to be
Get married.
Oh, there's a whole
Basically,
way.
he's probably going
Whole
to
way.
pop a ring like
Prom-
next episode.
prom
And then
king
you
and
guys will definitely work it out.
You
I
guys,
mean, clearly.
I'm sorry.
so-
I didn't even mention you guys, but I've been a fan since day one of you both, so that should be obvious. You're welcome.
So I honestly was not a fan of you both. I liked you both as a couple. I was
Yeah,
like,
I didn't think. Yeah.
I even called it out. I was like, this is relationship is abusive. I don't like watching it. They're- But I feel
never
after
thought
seeing you
that.
in person, but I think after this conversation today, and I think I have hope.
I
I do.
definitely have
Hope
hope.
is a
You
thing
guys
with
are
feathers.
so
You're
cute.
so cute.
So, okay, well, so you can't make a prediction, but you can tell everybody where they can find you again, because we're going to wrap up the show.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as CoryZ07.
Great.
Instagram, Murray Swanby LA, and Twitter, Facebook, Murray Swanby.
Thank y'all so
Couples
much for
counseling
doing
was a
it.
success.
It was a success, everybody.
You guys is great.
Thank
So
you.
we're going to be back next week because it's the finale.
And Paige will be here too.
Yeah,
She
Paige
just
will be here
couldn't
too.
Be here.
So, yeah, tell everybody where to find you.
Awesome. You guys already know. I feel like I've said my social media
Say it
over
again,
and
girl.
over
Say
and
it.
over again. My name is kind of new to you guys, so hopefully this will help you get used to it. You guys can find all my social media links on my website, www.guinwaz.com.
Again, I'm Sarah Serio. Follow me on Twitter at Sarah Serio or Snapchat and Instagram at SSerio.
And I'm Matt Marr. You can find me at the Matt Marr, 2 T's, 2 R, or you can go to my website, TVT Time, to find out about my other 2 podcasts, The Dear Maddie Show and TVT Time.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everybody. Give
Thank
it
you
up to the
guys.
boys.
Yay!
Let's give it up to the boys.
Have a good week, guys.
Bye,
Yes,
guys.
too.
Follow us at
Bye,
AFTERBUZZ
everybody.
TV.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.